mostly like we will customers will ask for the cost and usage report. They call it as CUR report. Okay, all these are part of the billing and cost management tool currently, but I will just try to cover the tools which we regularly use. Okay, there are some more tools which we might randomly use at irregular intervals, but these are tools which we use on a weekly basis. So cost and usage report is a native tool that is available to fetch the report. So I'll show you that. Okay, so you will get a deeper insight into the cost and usage. So it gives you the format the customer is looking for. There are a lot of requests from the customer. So what AWS has done is they have went ahead and customized the CUR report to ensure that we are meeting up to the customer requirement. Okay, so when you go to the billing and cost management, if you just select billing and payments, the home screen will give you the same exact stuff. But what I'm trying to show you is something different. Let me cost usage report. Okay, at the end, all of these are under the same console, but at times we find it difficult to go and get the exact console. Okay, so I don't know from where it came from now. That is interesting. Okay, maybe it is a sub feature, so that's the reason I am not seeing it as a separate option here, but here it is. Okay, so cost and usage report. So this way you can go and report get a report on a very detailed way, because customers have been raising requests with AWS to get better insight or better details. So that way what AWS has done over the years, they have created this CUR reporting feature where you can go and analyze the cost usage. You can get deep dive information. You can also monitor what you are spending on the savings plan, the reservations. You can also get the usage report here. So if you want to download the report for specific start month and see, AWS is also focusing on the green planet, right? So they also want to reduce the carbon emissions, and they are also giving you options to go and identify where exactly as a customer we can reduce the carbon footprint of the usage on AWS platform. So certain services you can understand like which services emits how much carbon, and that way you can also be participating in the greener strategy that AWS has initiated, right? So this is on an interest to reduce the carbon emissions. So if you are using certain services, you can see how much carbon emissions you are doing from each and every service month on month. If you want to change that and modernize the service to a different type of service, then you can in a way like you can also contribute towards greener planet. So that is different, but what I'm going to cover now is the CUR reporting, the cost and usage reporting. If you want to get the detailed information for each and every resource ID, if you want to include, if you want to have the cost allocation data, if you want to these are the detailed content that will be available. It will show you the rate, it will show you the cost, it will show you the pricing attribute, it will get the detailed invoice and bill information. So all these stuff will be readily available. I can just go and say I want to get a CUR report, and you can just download it. This gives you a lot of different dimensions, so your customers might have asked for these stuffs. So that is the reason AWS has included the reservation details, the pricing attributes, the usage amount per unit, and then what is the invoice that we are getting. So all these things can be included, and you can go and schedule it. If you want to get the report on a weekly basis, you can also get the weekly basis report into your S3 bucket. Or if you want to get it on a monthly basis, daily basis, hourly basis, you can also create the reporting as per the need. And if you want to integrate with some AWS native visualization tool, QuickSight is the equivalent for Power BI. Okay, you can also go and integrate it with QuickSight, and then have a visualization available for monthly meeting or weekly meeting with the customer. So if you integrate with this Amazon QuickSight, automatically it will create a dashboard, and that dashboard can be presented on the weekly governance call or a monthly governance call. Or if you just want to store it into Redshift, or if you want to put it into Athena and then do a ETL transformation. So ETL means extract, transform, and load. Some organization might want to change the way that the data is uh, being extracted from the particular tool. If you're getting a report in a particular format, they might also want to convert some columns, or they want to remove some columns, or they want to add some field. And then if you want to transform and load the data into a different S3 bucket, then you can integrate it with Athena. Athena is a ETL tool. It's a data analytics tool where it can add some fields, or it can make some modifications, or it can round up some numbers automatically. So if you want to do some data transformation, or if you want to do some updates to the report, you can also configure it using Athena. So that way the report can avoid some type of data types. If you want to just round some numbers, or if you want to get better view of the report, then you can integrate it with Athena. Okay, so that is something the data engineers generally do. But as a cloud operations lead or as an SME, you can go and select some S3 bucket, and then just download it on a regular basis. So you can configure it for a weekly basis to Ratish bucket or Stan bucket, and this is where you can just store them. Right. So let me just close this. So this is a report that we generally export on the regular cadence for based on the uh, governance that we have. If you have a governance call with the customer on a weekly, you can go for weekly. Mostly the mid-size organization or even some enterprise organization have a monthly governance. But sometimes if you want to have a very closer look, some organization have a daily operations checkpoint meeting, right? Even in that also, you can go and see if someone has created something, or if there is a change in bill from yesterday to today. So if it is a very large organization, they will have a daily meetup for the operations. In that also, we can spend 1 or 2 minutes to quickly check the dashboard and see whether there is a change in the cost, or whether there is a change in the forecast. Or if you want to meet up with the leads from the customer side on a weekly basis, or with the managers on a monthly basis, you can also have different governance like weekly, monthly, and um, daily governance. So that way you have a closer check on the different cost factors and the cost drivers at each and every resource level. This can help us to avoid any surprises at the later time. Okay, this is a very good tool where you can go and create and publish the billing report into as much as breakdown that you want, and it can help you to gain insight, and it will give you answers for all the customer questions. Okay, so this current report is very easy to review, organize, and it is also has default integration with QuickSight and other tools. So QuickSight is the visualization tool. Okay, native AWS native visualization tool. You can also integrate it with Power BI or third-party other visualization tool, and you can also integrate it with Athena, where you can do a data ETL, extract, transform, and load into a different format. And you can also get it into a compressed report also. Okay, you can just generate it into a gunzip file or zip file or whatever format you want to get it in your S3 bucket. You can also get it. Okay, any questions on this curry reporting? Curry report is something which you will generally extract, and then it will give you a lot of deep dive information on your trend, bill, and also the data. Okay, so no questions? Okay. So if your developer asks if there are any options to go and integrate with their existing tool, AWS also provides a option called AWS Price List API. Okay, so using this particular price list API, you can also go and integrate with your homegrown tool, or if your organization is planning to create some tool on their own. Okay, so they also provide you a price list API. So using this price list API, if you want to understand what is the pricing change for each and every services, and if you want to get a native understanding, AWS also provides this option. So AWS price list is a service through which you can go and fetch the information of the price changes and so on. So if you want to create your own homegrown tool, and if you want to query the prices of each and every AWS services from your homegrown tool, and if you want to understand the changes in price or the increase and decrease in price, and if you want to get alerted for a specific service price change, you can also integrate your tool with price list API. This price list API can also be used for fetching the information, for notification, and also for alerting if in case of any major drastical change in the pricing. And many customers will ask you to configure budgets. Okay, that is another important tool that